How do you know if your roofer is actually telling you the truth or just trying to sell you something you don't need? I'm Chris with Absolute Restoration. When we come out, we don't tell you what's wrong. We show you with photos, videos, and documentation. You'll see exactly what we see so you can make your own decision. And we back our work with a 50-year warranty and a 25-year algae warranty. Plus, no cost upgrades with 0% financing and no payment for 6 months.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist here in room breaking down those rain chances that we'll experience overnight, but also pretty much all day tomorrow. It's not going to be a pool-friendly day in the forecast, but definitely giving you the very latest and with that timing on who all it will affect. So let's take a look at our headlines. Showers tonight with a muggy start tomorrow. Again, the story continues to be those lows only tipping down towards the low 70s, so not cooling off much. Already a warm start as we're getting ready for the day ahead, and those above average temperatures continue to stick around in the forecast. But like I mentioned, not really going to be a pool-friendly day ahead. Will a few of us still see some dry spots and times throughout our day tomorrow? Of course, but many of us do have a great chance to see those rain chances and storms move on through. We have the latest timing to help you guys kind of plan out your afternoon ahead tomorrow. And then, of course, at the end of the broadcast, we'll give you the latest coastline forecast, a little new graphic we've been working on. I'm very excited to show you that coming up here on the broadcast. But take a look at the first 12. Again, we're showcasing those rainy conditions throughout the overnight period. Again, stress-free. We're not talking about anything super intense or heavy tonight. We're starting off in the mid-70s by 11 o'clock, slowly dipping down towards the low 70s. Again, that's as low as we're getting. Not really going to make it too much further besides pretty much 71 degrees tonight. I don't think any of us are actually dipping into the upper 60s. So those rain chances, they're sticking with us overnight, just stray showers moving on through. Take a look. By 11 o'clock, we're already talking about those rain chances picking on up and talking about those storm chances, hearing those rumbles of thunder. That'll be at around 8 or 11 o'clock tomorrow. Sorry, I saw the temperature around 80 degrees. But let's transition here in the Room to Room Weather Center as we take a look at some of our cameras all across North Mississippi. Let me clear my throat too. Don't want to sound too scratchy throughout the rest of this broadcast. But take a live look out here in Greenville. 79 degrees, feels like 82. Again, a little bit breezy, 10-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the southeast, but beautiful skyline out there with those partly cloudy skies continuing to drift on through. You guys will expect to see some rain chances kind of within the next few hours. Out here in Aberdeen, 75 degrees, feels like 73, so slightly cooler. You can thank the sun for not shining anymore throughout these nighttime hours, but the wind not really affecting you guys out there, not quite as breezy as it was out there in Greenville that we just showed. And taking a look here on probably a morning city after they lost their first game to Georgia. I think the Rebels actually swept Auburn, so they're going to Omaha. Very exciting here, so won't be able to give any more Rebels forecasts throughout the weekend, but hopefully we can build something as they're getting ready for the College World Series. Bulldogs, on the other hand, they're looking to bounce back tomorrow for Game 2, hoping to beat the other dogs. We're proud Bulldogs here in North Mississippi and proud Rebels fans. So hoping to see both teams kind of advance towards the College World Series. But still beautiful campus out there. Take a look at our Mama Justice Doppler radar. Again, showcasing some of these light showers moving through North Mississippi. Again, most of us continue to stay dry, but we will start to see some of that activity pick up within the next few hours and kind of stick with us throughout our overnight period ahead. Now those rain chances continue to be more prominent further on west out there towards Arkansas, where you can see some of those tornado warnings getting issued. Looks like there's none active by the end of that loop, so definitely exciting and good thing to see as those warnings not really very long-lived. But here in the Magnolia State and pretty much just the southeast in general, we continue to stay dry. We don't really have any weather makers close towards our region. Now, Futurecast still showcasing those rain chances a little bit more prominent further on south, but they'll continue to move up into North Mississippi throughout the next few hours and kind of stick with us in this overnight period ahead. But once we reach 6 o'clock and on, we're starting to talk about those heavier downpours, rumbles of thunder, flashes of lightning, and kind of just stormy activity all throughout our Sunday tomorrow. Again, not talking about anything severe. We're not in a severe weather risk tomorrow, but just kind of those summertime pop-up thunderstorms and honestly just kind of a washout throughout our day, especially if these waves and just kind of just bands of rain continue to hit your city kind of hour by hour. So still showcasing rainy conditions all throughout your Sunday tomorrow. We'll give you a full in-depth look at that timing coming up here in the next few minutes. But the next 24 still showcasing that soggy forecast ahead, starting off in the low 70s by 6 o'clock, quickly working our way up towards the mid to upper 80s by the afternoon hours. Now, for those not really getting those rain chances, we're going to feel a lot warmer than what those temperatures are reading outdoors. That mugginess still playing a role, but for those that get these rain chances and kind of just stick with you guys for quite a while, it'll help cool y'all off as y'all get ready for the afternoon and evening hours ahead for your day tomorrow. But let me switch this over here. That way I can monitor chat to make sure we don't have anything going on wrong. But looks like there's nobody in the chat right now, which means everything should be working. So that is a good thing to see. Current heat index right now, or kind of how it feels outdoors as you're walking outside this evening. For any plans you have going on late at night, 77 out there towards Starkville, 80 in Houston, 79 Oxford, 81 in Clarksville, and 84 out there in Cleveland. So still pretty warm as you're kind of going out to any late night plans you have in store, but definitely not as bad as those peak heating afternoon hours here in North Mississippi. Now coming back to Futurecast, again, still showcasing some light showers affecting us a little bit more prominent further on south you are here in our viewing area, and of course south of our viewing area completely. But these rain showers will continue moving on into North Mississippi, become a lot more widespread throughout the overnight period as well. But we're also talking about heavier showers by 6 o'clock tomorrow. So this is the latest look at kind of where we could see a few of those heavier showers, especially out there towards Golden Triangle region, Noxubee County, County as well, even towards Choctaw. And then we're still seeing some just heavy showers for our Alabama counties as well, just north of Lamar, and getting closer towards the Hamilton, Gwinn, Russellville communities as well. So that's at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Already starting to see those soggy conditions, and unfortunately they'll stick with us all day as well. Now those low temperatures, again, struggling to reach the low 70s. We continue to just have mild and warm starts to our days. None of us are actually reaching the upper 60s. Closest we can get is 70 out there in Hamilton, Red Bay, Iuka, Boonville, and Corinth. But 74 out there towards Clarksdale, Cleveland, and Greenville. That's how you're starting off your day before those temperatures continue to rise into the afternoon hours as well. Now, like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, not really going to be quite the pool day forecast, or quite just a dry pool day forecast for you guys tomorrow. You could see dry pockets where you see those partly cloudy conditions for all of us here in North Mississippi, but these rain chances, they'll move on through. So starting off in the low 70s by 8 o'clock, working your way up towards the mid to upper 80s, maybe a few of us hitting that 90-degree mark by 3 o'clock. But I still wanted to throw this in there just so you guys can see that UV index tomorrow, because I know a lot of you guys like to get outside, tan, just enjoy some outdoor activity. So still put the sunscreen on. I have a feeling most of us will stay inside of those rain chances, kind of continue to sweep on through North Mississippi. Now, Futurecast still showcasing where those heavier showers could be by that 6 o'clock time frame, primarily out there towards Golden Triangle region and Noxubee County. That's at 6 a.m., and this is the latest look. We're still seeing just kind of those heavy bands moving through North Mississippi around 8 o'clock for Choctaw towards Webster County, still the Golden Triangle region. So even by 6 o'clock and on, that's already 2 hours by 8 o'clock, still seeing those heavier showers out there towards Hamilton, Gwinn, Vernon, and Lamar County out there in Alabama. Heavy showers continue to move on through. Even by 10 o'clock, we can still see these showers moving through North Mississippi, a little bit heavier out there closer towards Grenada County and getting towards, or closer towards Calhoun as well by that 10:30 mark. And that will continue. Even by lunchtime, we're starting to see those widespread rain chances affect us here in North Mississippi. A few of us will return to drier conditions. You can see Noxubee County starting to see drier skies a little bit by lunchtime, so you can still find times to get outside. Still just going to be kind of a struggle to enjoy it with how short spanned that time will be. But again, widespread rain chances by 12:30. That will continue into the afternoon hours by 2:30. Just almost all of North Mississippi still seeing these heavy showers. Golden Triangle region still getting those heavier downpours and rumbles of thunder by then. So could still be a soggy day almost all day for a few of us if you get those rain chances just back to back to back. So by 2:30, still seeing those afternoon showers continue to move on through. But the good news is once we make it closer towards dinner time, we're going to start talking about drier conditions for a majority of us. Well, you guys out there towards Noxubee County getting that almost third or fourth batch of rain, and even towards Starkville as well. That's at 6 o'clock. But for you guys out there in the southern portions of the Delta, pretty much just the Delta entirely, y'all are enjoying drier skies by that 6 o'clock time frame tomorrow. Now, for those not affected by the rain, which, to be honest, will be very a few of us here in North Mississippi. Still going to be quite toasty, highs reaching the mid to upper 80s all across North Mississippi. And what it feels like outdoors will also be pretty brutal, as we're going to feel quite elevated from what those temperatures are reading outdoors. 99 out there in Clarksdale, 96 in Cleveland, Greenville, Belzona, 95 in Greenwood, which is why basically all of us here are definitely going to be rooting for those rain changes, welcoming them with open arms. But I know we kind of don't want to deal with it all day, but they'll help cool us off regardless. Now, coming back to Futurecast, again, we're talking about some of those showers affecting you guys out there towards Noxubee, Winston, Oktibbeha County by 6 o'clock tomorrow, a little bit heavier further on north. But as we continue throughout the overnight period, we're returning to those drier conditions, but still just having that lingering moisture stick around. We can still see some heavy downpours pretty much along the Mississippi River for Shelby, Clarksdale, West Helena, and even closer towards the Memphis region. That's at midnight. A little heavier shower out there towards Choctaw, Atala County, getting closer towards the Winona and Eupora viewing area. And around 6 o'clock, we're still waking up with some soggy conditions as well. A little bit more isolated in nature. We're not quite talking about more widespread rain chances for your Monday, but still sticking around in the forecast. As we continue throughout the day, more prominent along Highway 45 and a little bit further west of that around 9 o'clock, while you guys out there in the Delta could see some stray sprinkles, but again, they will struggle to make it all the way down towards the surface. And even by lunchtime, you can already tell how different this looks for your Monday as compared to your Sunday. But a few of us still dealing with a few of those kind of rumbles throughout the lunchtime hours by 12 o'clock, especially for you guys out there towards Tippah, Alcorn, Prentiss, even Union County. That's at 12 o'clock, and we can still see heavier showers even by 3 o'clock. Still a lot more prominent along the state line, getting closer towards Olive Branch, Holly Springs, Benton, Tippah, Alcorn County region. A little heavier out there towards Louisville and Winston County. That's at 3 o'clock, and once we make it towards 6, most of us return to drier conditions, but we can still see just heavy downpours, rumbles of thunder, flashes of lightning moving on through. Again, not quite talking about anything severe at this moment, hoping we can keep it that way, but still just kind of keeping those thunderstorms. They're going to be in the forecast for the next few days, but enjoy them because we're going to talk about drier conditions throughout the work week, and those heat and seas, they'll be on the rise as well, making us feel just pretty brutal throughout the rest of the work week. We'll take a look at that here in a second, but those high temperatures on your Monday, we're talking about more isolated chances of rainfall or less rain here in North Mississippi, which also means we'll feel warmer. Those highs reaching the upper 80s, low 90s. And of course, those feels like values getting even worse as well. Triple-digit heat indices, 100 in Clarksdale and Cleveland, 99 Greenwood, Belzona, and Greenville. So already starting to see those values pop on up. We're going to see quite a few more of those all across North Mississippi throughout the rest of the work week as we return to drier conditions. Now that 7-day forecast, again, showcasing more widespread rain chances for your Sunday, 50% coverage, starting to dwindle down a little bit throughout your Monday and Tuesday, definitely into your Wednesday. But like I mentioned, enjoy these rain chances now. It'll help cool us off as we go about the day, because once we return to drier conditions, we're warming back up into the low 90s. Keeping that humidity, that mugginess here, will feel pretty toasty as we go about the day. Quite a few more of us actually feel like we're in the triple digits as well. So a lot drier by Thursday and Friday, starting to see some of those rain chances return on your Saturday. And at that point, we might be praying and wishing for those rain chances to make their way back just to help cool us off with how hot and toasty the work week will be. But coming up in 60 seconds, I'll give you the latest look at those heat indices and what we could expect for the work week coming on up. And of course, the latest coastline forecast, especially for our Biloxi area and just a few beaches all across the coastline. All of that's coming up in 60 seconds.
At Vibe Aesthetics and Wellness, we believe confidence isn't just how you look, it's how you feel. From subtle, natural aesthetics to personalized wellness care, everything we do is intentional. This is beauty with purpose. At Vibe Men's Health, we take that same approach. We focus on what matters most: strength, energy, and performance. Built on real data, real medicine, and real results, we're here to help you look better, feel stronger, and live fully. Come vibe with us today.
It's a summer squeeze at Room to Room. We're squeezing prices with 50% off furniture and mattresses, an extra 20% off accessories, an extra 10% off rugs, plus 18 months special financing. Shopping at Room to Room is easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us for Mississippi Live. Weather at 10. Looks like we had Ray in the comments saying, give us more sun, Caleb. Honestly, I hope we can enjoy some sunshine tomorrow. It'll be kind of our last day to enjoy it with those rainy conditions while feeling pretty nice outside because I think we're going to be wishing for more cloud cover coming up later this work week. But take a look at your heat index. This is exactly what I mean on kind of why we need to enjoy the rain chances and technically lack of sunshine throughout the rest of the work week. We're pretty manageable throughout today and even into your Sunday tomorrow. Rain chance is going to help a lot, even into your Monday and Tuesday a little bit as those rain chances stick around. But once we return to drier conditions, take a look. Wednesday, Thursday, even into Friday, those heat indices reaching 105 pretty easily. So most of us are going to feel quite elevated from what those temperatures actually are reading outdoors. So not out of the question is maybe see some heat advisories get issued here for North Mississippi first time this summer. So definitely something to kind of get that heads up for. Keep that water bottle handy. Keep the hydration ahead of schedule before we start talking about these temperatures because we're starting to talk about dangerous temperatures here in North Mississippi and don't want to talk about them while they're ongoing. Would rather give you a heads up before they start to occur here in North Mississippi. So there's the latest look at those heat indices as we get ready for the work week ahead and could be a toasty weekend coming on up. And of course, no better thing to talk about than the beach forecast, especially for a few of our locations here. We got Biloxi, Dauphin Island, Gulf Shores, Destin, and Panama City Beach. So we can go through these one by one just to talk about them all here, which let me shift on over. Out here in Biloxi, 79 degrees. These are current conditions ongoing right now. We were talking about a few of those stormy conditions earlier on this evening around the 6 o'clock show, but those winds coming around 9 miles per hour. And that pop percentage kind of around 30% of coverage. And of course, that is to be expected if you're on the coastline. Out here towards Dauphin Island and Gulf Shores, 80 degrees compared to 79 out there in Gulf Shores. That wind a little bit breezier out there towards Dauphin Island and still talking about those rain chances. Not quite as prominent out there in Biloxi, which is good to see. Out here in Pensacola, 78 degrees. That pop around 20%, which is just kind of those rain chances throughout your day and kind of technically current conditions right now, but enjoying partly cloudy skies in the upper 70s. And out here in Destin, still 79 degrees, 8 mile per hour winds, and the conditions pretty dry and favorable. So I think Destin kind of wins the forecast competition right now with most favorable conditions. And hopefully you guys out there kind of along the coastline can continue enjoying y'all's vacation. But we can give a special look out there in Biloxi with our North Mississippi chasers. They have our sky cam out there. So taking the latest look at that, 79 degrees by 9 o'clock tomorrow, reaching the mid 80s by noon, upper 80s by 3 o'clock. You can see they kind of zoomed in that camera, probably had a beautiful sunset earlier on this evening. But keeping those rain chances pretty consistent throughout the day. So makes you feel a little bit better. If you're stuck here in North Mississippi, not at the beach, they're still talking about rain chances tomorrow afternoon as well. So not missing out too much. Those rain chances become very prominent by 3 o'clock tomorrow. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around. We'll check the comments one more time to make sure there's no questions to be answered, but looks like I explained everything pretty well and nothing broke. So you guys are enjoying the show and getting ready for bed. So if you want to stay updated with us, of course, the best way to do so is with the Mississippi Live weather app. If you scan that QR code on your screen, it'll take you either to the iOS or Android app store, depending on which phone you have. That way you can download and share our app. We appreciate all the support you have given us and for letting us know kind of when things break, things don't go right, or if you want something added. We want to make that app as easily accessible and just top notch for all of you guys out there in North Mississippi and elsewhere. So we'll be live tomorrow at 6, 9, and 10, of course, breaking down those rain chances that will continue to stick with us a little bit into the evening hours, but I'll also be letting you know what to expect as unfortunately we'll have to get ready for another work week ahead and all the responsibilities and kind of warmer weather that will come with it. But I hope all of you guys continue to have a fantastic rest of y'all's evening. Have a beautiful Sunday tomorrow. Stay dry. I know it'll be kind of a challenge. We'll talk about those warmer conditions tomorrow. But I'll see y'all next time live here in the Room to Room Weather Center.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.